Good morning. It's 6 days after I broke my fast, and I am adjusting. I figured it'd be a good thing to do to share, a week after, 2 weeks after. Um, a lot of these videos that I've been watching throughout my 60-day juice fast um, kind of ended uh, at the end of their fast, and then I never got to find out how they were doing after that. So, um, to me, this is just as important, documenting this portion as right in the middle of it all. Once you're on a fast or a juice feast, you just do the same thing pretty much every day, and nothing major changes after a while. Certainly after 60 days, you're just it's a lifestyle. You just do it, and your body gets used to it. Um, when you begin the juice fast, the first week really difficult. I would say the first 3 days are the hardest, and you go through different phases. There's detox symptoms, things like that, but nothing's as bad as the first 3 days. So the first 3 days of coming back into food, not difficult, but definitely disorienting. And you're not really sure what your body can do and what your body should do. And I'm still going through a major adjustment period now. That was 6 days ago. So I the last time I posted, I had a big bowl of 8 ounces of prunes, and I had them throughout the day. The next day, I started I started my day with a smoothie, and my smoothies were I pretty much had the smoothie almost every day, exception to one day, and the smoothies were basically 1 to 3 oranges, depending on their size, regular oranges, organic oranges, then a banana, and then some frozen fruit, and some blue-green algae, and some greens, bok choy or spinach or some kind of leafy green, to make a green smoothie. And the frozen fruits that I put in were frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries, frozen coconut meat that I had saved from all the coconut water that I've had for the last 60 days. I have these giant Ziploc bags, I think maybe 6 giant, like this, filled with coconut meat. And I gotta be careful because it's really high in calories. So I just put a little tiny piece or a couple pieces in, but it sure is tasty. What else? Mango, frozen mango, um, maybe some prunes mixed in with that as well, and a little water. And this is, I mean, it's a great, and sometimes a little honey too. Just a great way of waking up in the morning. And that seemed to suit my system fine. Uh, Towards day 4, I kind of felt like I can kind of have anything now. Um, Figured I woke my system up, and it's ready to have whatever I want to put in me. So I was visiting a friend's mother who lives in an old folks home, and sometimes she would invite me for lunch or for dinner there. They have a kitchen and everything, and not the best food. It's kind of like institutional food, but I've eaten there. It's fairly. It seems okay. It's like a cafeteria kind of thing, and I'd eaten there many times over the last year, and the portions are small because they're elderly folks, and I figured it would be fine. So I asked what they had, and they said they were serving vegetables and fish. So they bring out the fish and the vegetables were like frozen peas and carrots that had been thawed and heated slightly. I mean, completely devoid of any kind of nutrition or flavor. And then this fish, which was lightly breaded and fried. And I had it. It seemed not so greasy. And a few hours later, I had the worst pain. And I had that dish before, and it never did that to me. So, but of course, I'd never gone on a 60-day fast before. So, it was like a knife in my stomach. Um, it was not. It was like every few minutes I'd get like a stab in my stomach. Incredibly painful. Um, so, and then massive diarrhea. That was not fun. And then no diarrhea, but then the pain continued into the next day. So that wasn't fun. I went ahead and um, ate prunes. I made some juice. I juiced half the day. The next day seemed to go away. And then I thought, and this is really stupid, but I figured I had this box of chocolate in my freezer that someone had given me around Christmas time, and since I had done the fast since December, it's just been sitting in the freezer. So I had 4 small pieces of chocolate. A few hours later, the knife came back, just knifing me. Um, so clearly, I'm not ready to eat whatever I want, and I figured I would eat raw vegan, and then every once in a while have something, whatever I wanted. And I don't know when or if I'll ever have to. I mean, of course, I'm sure I'll acclimate at some point, but Jesus Christ. Very, very surprising. So, um, what I'm mostly craving, however, though, is leafy greens, salads, um, fruit, dried fruits, um, and pretty much I'm craving raw food, raw, organic, fresh, living foods. Um, my body is responding really well to that. So even though I went ahead and had these different processed foods, fried foods, it was that one meal, and then this chocolate that one time. That was like enough. I'm so glad that I did that because my mind was telling me, "You got that chocolate, just have a little taste of it." And it was literally painful to do that. Um, and even though it was an uncomfortable experience, um, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I experienced it. This is where my body's at. I found, um, the parameter uh, and the envelope of where I can go right now, and so it's given me a better understanding of where my body is and what my body can handle. And I guess I'm kind of like a reborn in a way. I'm like a little baby, and I can only give my body certain things. And this is a real wake-up call as to how toxic and um, how bad these foods can be for a pure, um, a body that's been renewed. So after 60 days of just juicing organic fruits and vegetable juice, um, and my body's completely reset itself. And so, anyway, I hope that's helpful for you guys, and I will be checking in next week.